The year is 778 AD. The sun beats down on the Pyrenees mountains, casting long shadows over the rugged terrain. Welcome to Cryptic Mystic Vault, where we unravel the secrets of ancient mysteries. A narrow pass carves its way through the towering peaks, a treacherous path that few dare to traverse. At the bottom of the pass, a column of Frankish soldiers snakes its way northward, their armor glinting in the sunlight. They are weary from their campaign in Spain, laden with the spoils of war, their faces etched with fatigue. They are led by Roland, Charlemagne's trusted nephew, a warrior of great renown and valor. Little do they know they are walking into a deadly trap, unaware of the danger that lurks ahead. High above, hidden amongst the rocks and trees, watchful eyes observe the Franks advance, every movement scrutinized. The Basques, fierce mountain people, are ready to strike, their hearts burning with a desire for vengeance. They have waited for this moment, their anger simmering since Charlemagne's incursion into their lands, a deep-seated grudge fueling their resolve. Armed with axes, swords, and javelins, they wait for the signal to unleash their fury, their weapons ready to taste blood. As the Frankish column moves deeper into the pass, the air grows heavy with anticipation, a palpable tension hanging over the scene. Then, with a blood-curdling yell, the Basques attack, their war cries echoing through the mountains. Boulders thunder down the slopes, crushing men and horses alike, turning the pass into a deadly trap. The pass becomes a chaotic scene of utter carnage, a brutal testament to the ferocity of the Basque ambush. The disaster at Roncevaux Pass was a consequence of Charlemagne's ambition in the Iberian peninsula. The young king sought to expand his burgeoning empire. He had answered a call for aid from Muslim rulers in Al-Andalus, seeking to weaken the Emirate of Cordoba. Charlemagne's army, a formidable force, had crossed the Pyrenees earlier that year. They achieved initial success, capturing Pamplona and Barcelona. However, his siege of Zaragoza proved fruitless, leaving his main force to retreat through the safer coastal route. Charlemagne entrusted his rearguard to Roland. This rearguard, comprised of elite warriors, was tasked with protecting the baggage train. The Basques, their lands ravaged by Charlemagne's advance, saw an opportunity for revenge. They knew these mountains better than any, and they were determined to make the retreating Franks pay a heavy price. The Basques, skilled warriors with an intimate knowledge of the terrain, were masters of guerrilla warfare. They used the narrow confines of Roncevaux Pass to their advantage. Lightly equipped compared to the heavily armored Franks, they had the advantage of speed and maneuverability. The Basques' hit-and-run tactics proved devastatingly effective. Emerging from the dense forests, they unleashed a barrage of javelins and arrows. The Frankish forces, trained for open battlefields, were ill-prepared for this style of combat. Their heavy armor became a liability in the close quarters of the mountain pass. The Basques, sensing victory, pressed their attack with even greater ferocity. Despite the desperate situation, Roland refused to yield. His spirit was unbreakable, and his resolve unwavering. He rallied his remaining men, his voice booming through the din of battle. Each command he gave was filled with determination and hope. He fought with the strength of 10 men, his sword Durandal flashing like lightning. Every swing was a testament to his indomitable will. The Franks, inspired by Roland's courage, fought back with the fury of cornered wolves. Their hearts burned with a fierce desire to protect their homeland. But for every Basque that fell, 2 more seemed to take his place. The enemy forces were relentless, their numbers seemingly endless. Knowing that all hope of victory was lost, Roland made a fateful decision. He understood the gravity of the moment and the legacy it would leave behind. He raised his oliphant, a magnificent horn, to his lips and blew with all his might. The sound was both a call for help and a farewell to his comrades. The sound echoed through the mountains, a mournful cry that signaled their plight. It was a sound that would be remembered for generations. The main Frankish army was too far away to offer any assistance. They could only listen helplessly to the distant echoes of Roland's horn. Roland and his men fought on until their last breath, their courage and sacrifice echoing through the ages. Their story became a legend, a testament to bravery and honor. And the aftermath of the Battle of Roncevaux Pass was grim. The once vibrant landscape was now a haunting reminder of the fierce conflict that had taken place. Charlemagne, upon hearing the faint echoes of Roland's horn, turned his army around. The sound of the horn was a desperate call for help, echoing through the mountains. He arrived to find a scene of utter devastation. The battlefield was a somber sight, filled with the remnants of a fierce struggle. The pass was littered with the bodies of his men, their armor hacked and hewn. The air was thick with the scent of blood, and the silence was deafening. The sight of his fallen warriors and the loss of his cherished nephew filled Charlemagne with a cold fury. His heart was heavy with grief and anger. He unleashed a brutal campaign of retribution against the Basques, but it did little to ease the sting of defeat. The vengeance was swift and merciless, yet the pain remained. The Battle of Roncevaux Pass, though a relatively minor military defeat, left an indelible mark on Charlemagne. It was a turning point that would shape his legacy. In the centuries that followed, the battle and Roland's heroic last stand became the stuff of legends. Stories of bravery and sacrifice were passed down through generations. The story of Roland's courage and sacrifice resonated deeply within medieval Europe. It inspired countless tales, songs, and poems, becoming a symbol of heroism and valor. The Song of Roland transformed the historical Roland into a larger-than-life hero. He became the archetype of the chivalrous knight, loyal to his king, devoted to his faith, and fearless in the face of death. The poem captured the medieval imagination, exploring themes such as honor, duty, and betrayal. Roland's story served as a powerful tool of propaganda, inspiring generations of knights. His legacy continues to resonate today, long after the echoes of his horn have faded into history. Imagine a world where Roland and his men had triumphed in the Pyrenees. Charlemagne's empire would have solidified its control over the Iberian peninsula, altering the course of European history. The Basques' resistance would have been crushed, leading to a more unified and centralized rule under Charlemagne. This could have accelerated the spread of Christianity and the Carolingian Renaissance, potentially delaying the rise of Islamic influence in Spain. The cultural and political landscape of Europe would be vastly different, with a stronger, more dominant Frankish empire shaping the future of the continent. In this alternate history, the unity and strength of Charlemagne's empire might have created a different trajectory for medieval Europe. The consolidation of power could have led to earlier advancements in art, science, and governance, echoing the Renaissance centuries before it actually occurred. The implications of such a victory would be profound, rippling across time to influence the very fabric of our present world. Yet history unfolded as it did, with Roland's last stand becoming a symbol of heroism and sacrifice. It reminds us that while we can imagine different outcomes, the true course of history is a tapestry woven with countless threads of human endeavor, triumph, and tragedy. As we reflect on Roland's enduring legacy, we also ponder the infinite possibilities of what could have been and how those imagined victories shape our understanding of the past. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe for more explorations into the symbols that shape our world.